Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. It's Jen Morgano from Card and Mum by Jen Morgano. Today we're going to be making this card here. It's going to be focusing on nature's prints and the natural prints dies, which is one of the newer bundles in the annual catalog. I'm going to pair it up with some of the Sun Prints DSP and the Fern 3D embossing folder. Colors I'm focusing on for this card going to be a gray granite card base, and that's going to be 4 1/4 by 11, and we're going to score that at 5.5 inches. Then we're going to have a starry sky panel, and this is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. This is a piece of the Sun Print DSP, so one side has some patterns, the other is kind of a washy color, so I chose one that closely matched Starry Sky, and this is just a 1 inch by 5.5 inch strip. Pretty easy, and then we're going to use some scraps of basic white. So what I want to do first is just stamp our images. So I'm going to take our Starry Sky ink, and I'm using this image here. It's a nice big leafy flower and a sentiment. I'm going to take my scrap. Okay. Pretty color. Just joking around, this hasn't won my heart out over my Misty Moonlight yet, but Starry Sky is pretty close. Okay. We'll stamp our sentiment. We'll set that out on the side to dry. I will take my 4 inch by 5 1/4 piece of Starry Sky, and we will use the 3D embossing folder here. Okay, so I have my platform. I'm going to put my cardstock inside, and then we're going to use that specialty plate that comes with it. So that's number 4. Okay. Through, and we'll run it in. Take that out. Put the platform back in, as we're going to be using it in a second. But you can see it really puts a nice image on that cardstock. And what we're going to do after I'm done cutting out the other pieces is I'll show you something, a cool technique that we saw Julie DiMatteo do, Paper Pixie, on our Creativity Now. It's like an online workshop, if you will, using one of the newer sets at the time. And her project used a 3D embossing folder like that with some craft white ink. So we'll do that next after I'm done doing this. Okay, so I'm just going to get the coordinating dies. And these dies come with this really neat little kind of a sentiment banner. So I'll just line that up. And I'm going back to the Thinlit, which is the platform, a clear plate, your cardstock and dies, and then another clear plate. And thank you for bearing with me. This is the first time I'm trying to cut the pieces out while I film. Little wobbly. We'll get there. Trial and error. Trial and error. Or error. Kidding. Okay, so now I have my nice flower piece. I have my sentiment piece. I'll get this guy out of the way. Okay. And what I wanted to show you that we did on that Creativity Now get together, just taking this craft white and slowly, or gently rather, rubbing it across the raised images on that embossed piece. You can press harder or lighter depending on how much of the white ink that you want to transfer. I'm just doing a little bit. Don't want it to stand out too much. You can see just a little bit kind of adds a nice dimension to that. So that's the majority of the hands-on work you have to do. It's kind of like a cooking recipe, right? Hands-on versus sitting time. You're still working hands-on, but I always find that assembling all the pieces together goes much quicker than the actual stamping and whatnot. I'm going to use some multi-purpose combo glue to adhere this panel. Just kind of center it. Okay. Then I'm going to take this flowery piece. Same thing. Okay, that's a little bit too much glue. Kind of put it on this left side of the card. I like to use glue or tear and tape when I'm using an embossed raised image like this, because I tend to find that the seal, it sticks, but I think the glue sticks better. Okay, and we're going to take our DSP strip, just kind of adhere that over the bottom of the flower. Recently cut my nails, can you tell? There we go. Now on our sentiment piece, what I wanted to do was just add a few of our 2022, 2024 in color matte dots. You can see I've used quite a few. They're fun. So we have our Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide. I think this is Starry Sky, and then Orchid Oasis. I'm going to use some of the smaller Starry Sky pieces. Get this glue out of here before I make a mess. I'm going to use my Take a Pick tool just to so 3 it is. I'm going to take a few dimensionals. And prop that up right on top of that DSP strip. It's pretty simple, huh? I like it. Well, thank you for watching today. I'll put some more details, a link to my blog with more details below in the description. And please subscribe if you like what you see. Have a happy crafty day.